Whoops. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to week 2 of NFL Sunday Picks and Preview. Today is Sunday, September 17th. You're here with Hit the Books, and we're ready to bring you some top-notch football analysis, exciting matchup predictions, and insightful game previews you won't want to miss. Like I said, we're into week 2. Fuck me, I do that every week.
Jesse having some technical difficulties.
Every time, man. It's this other computer that I turn on, and it just starts playing the volume and going crazy. But we're all good. We're here. Week 2, the games on the docket today that we want to review. Seahawks and Lions, Ravens and Bengals, Chiefs and Jags for the 1 p.m. slate, 49ers and Rams for the 4 p.m., Dolphins and Patriots finish off for our Sunday night football primetime matchup here, 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on whichever platform you're tuning in from today, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble, or Twitter. We're happy to have you. Let's jump in and introduce my co-hosts like I always do. Huffface and Mackie. Ace, let's get it just going this week. Patriots in the primetime this week. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm hyped up for this game. I mean, the Patriots are going to make a statement after hanging with those Eagles in a tough one last week. Got some great college football news yesterday, waking up to a Colorado win, live them when they were down. But ready to talk some NFL here today. Great slate, great games, ready to roll.
Love it, dude. Love it. All right, Mackie. What are you thinking, buddy? We're not reviewing the Cowboys here this week, but they're playing are they 4 o'clock this week?
Yeah, they're home against the Jets, but yeah, we got a nice little slate here. I had a bit of a rough night last night, a little bit of a late start, but I'm here and I'm ready to talk some football. So
it's all good, man. It's all good. I get it. Me and Huff, we were out last night. We were having a good time, but let's finish it off, Huff. What do you think? You're here. It's 10:04.
Yeah, not much else going on with me. Steelers don't play till tomorrow, so I get to enjoy just a nice Sunday of betting on some football and watching some good games. I know it's not necessarily the prettiest slate, at least it wasn't whenever I was looking at it. I wasn't loving some of the numbers I was seeing. Not going to see the biggest card for myself today, maybe 2 or 3 plays, but yeah, I'm excited with the picks that I took. I can't wait. I got 2 in the 1 o'clock slate and Sunday night play, so I'm excited to get to it.
Awesome. Yeah, Huff, you said it. Not the prettiest slate this week, but we're going to find some value, and it's going to be good stuff. Why isn't that working? Give me 1 second, guys. All right, well, let's keep moving. Let's get a little Thursday night football review in. Vikings and Eagles. Eagles came out on top by a score of 34-28, pushing that -6 spread that line closed at. Any thoughts on that one, boys?
Yeah, we absolutely cleaned house on that game. Jesse and Ace with the touchdown props. Jesse had Hawkinson at 210. Ace had Hurts at the 107. Cashed on the first half under, and then Mackie brought us home with the Vikings plus 6.5 covering by the hook. No matter who you tailed there, you made some money on Thursday.
Grandma left the back door open for me. Plus 6.5, never a doubt.
There was a doubt. There was some doubt.
Definitely a doubt, especially when Justin Jefferson fumbled out of the end zone. You were sweating till the end. I was happy that I got to cash early with Jesse. I mean, Hurts was free. They love pushing him in the end zone, but Hawk getting the first one as well. So
Ace,
gotta love to see it.
We were on that, dude, right from the start. It was great.
I might have to add Hawkinson to my list of tight ends that I bet on a lot to score, because it seems like Cousins is going to like him a lot up there.
I don't know, dude. Trent's all over him, and you know how that usually goes.
Yeah, true. Him and Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're like 2 guys. I'm like, I just can't bet on these 2 because he's all over them every week.
That's how it goes. All righty, boys. You ready to jump into some week 2 matchups here?
Yeah, let's get it going.
Awesome. First one we got here is the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Just an interesting 1 o'clock matchup here. Line we got here, Lions -4.5. Their money line sitting at -215. Seahawks money line at +180, and the total sitting at 47.5. Here, odds brought to you by FanDuel. That's all I really got. Nothing too special happening from me from this game.
Yeah, let's get right into it then. I think this is going to be a great matchup. Like I said all year, Detroit Lions going to be some must-watch TV. And those Seahawks kind of slumped last week. I know a lot of people are high on them after last season, Geno Smith with the redemption tour. But that's a tough divisional matchup against those Rams, and Sean McVay had them going. So I like them here today, though. I kind of like the value on that money line play, which is nice. But I'm going to take them spread here, getting a lot of points, which is nice. But I think Puka Nakua is going to have a good day. I think that that's a different game, but I'm excited to watch him in fantasy. For all you out there looking for some fantasy tips, that's a good one to pick up. But I think the Seahawks get the job done here. Kenneth Walker probably getting in, like the over here in all these Lions games. Going to be a tight one throughout, though. But feel safe to play with those 5 points from the Seahawks today.
Yeah, I'm actually on the other side here. I like the Lions. I'm going to take the Lions minus the 4.5 points. I think this is we've heard the mantra, the brand new Lions. I think this is the kind of game where in the past years, the Lions let the Seahawks come in here and win this game outright, even if they are the underdog in the game. I know the Lions probably wouldn't be favored in years past. I'm really big on what Jared Goff's going to do this year, especially at home in Detroit in Ford Field. I like what the Lions are cooking up with Dan Campbell. I'm going to take the Lions minus the 4.5 points. So that is one of my card plays. So Lions minus 4.5. That's on there.
Ooh. You expect Jahmyr Gibbs to have a big game after last week? It was really Demont. You think both of them can eat, or one of them?
They're gonna use him a little more, definitely.
He showed so much explosiveness. Like when they're running to the outside and he has those young legs running those sweeps and you know what I mean, halfback base where he's just running up to the left tackle. It's like that kid can get going quick. And I don't mind Montgomery running up the middle, but I was a little hurt last week. I have Gibbs in fantasy. I'd like to see them use him down near the goal line a little more.
Yeah, they got a nice dual threat over there. I do like this Detroit team on the season, but I do like Seattle tonight. I think Pete Carroll gets that Seattle team to bounce back. Detroit, I said this on the pod, the entire offseason, they were just waiting for that game against Kansas City. They played it perfectly. Dan Campbell knew what he was doing going into that game, but now it's week 2. You don't even have a week to prep for this one. So I like Pete Carroll and Geno Smith to bounce back in this game. I think it's a good opportunity to at least cover the 5 points.
They got the mini bye, Mackie. They got the 10-day rest. They played last Thursday.
Detroit did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you want to know something, though?
Give an extra 2 days. Okay, it doesn't change my opinion.
DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and JSN are a lot better than Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, and Rashee Rice, though. They're going to have their hands filled, that receiving core. Then Kenneth Walker is no slouch coming out of the backfield. I like a bounce-back game. Pete Carroll, Super Bowl winning head coach, getting a lot of points here. And I know this Lions team is on the up and up, but I think they could fall into a trap here this week at home.
Yeah, I agree, Ace. Big time.
I'm with you guys, Ace and Mackie. Yeah, I think the Seahawks might do some damage here tonight. That 4.5 points, I'll take that all day. All righty, let's keep on rolling on. The second game we got here is the Ravens and the Bengals. Let's jump over to that one.
Big divisional matchup.
Yeah, seriously. I want to go over to Huff for this one. Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals heading into, the Ravens are going to see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. AFC North matchup. What are you thinking here, Huff?
Yeah, obviously the AFC North, they all play each other tight. It's usually a lower scoring game. It could go either way, but I'm on the Bengals minus the 3.5, and I'm getting a phone call here that I have to take.
Yeah, Joey B bounce back game, big time. I think this divisional game is huge. I think in the AFC North, these divisional home teams have to win their games, and I think it definitely happens here, especially with the Bengals being one of the best teams in the division. Joey B got to bounce back here. It's going to be a really good game, ground and pound, but I think the Bengals come out on top here, covering the 3 points.
This one's going to be a great one. I mean, an AFC North tilt always is, especially with the 2 powerhouses expected to contend for the division. But I don't know. I don't know if the Joe Burrow window is long enough to get back to his full health. They lost to an inferior Cleveland Browns team. I think the Ravens are a much better team than that. They have Roquan Smith on one side of the ball and Lamar Jackson on the other. 2 very explosive players, top 5 at their position, in my opinion. But I like the Ravens here on the money line. I think they can get this one done. Zay Flowers, that guy turned into a stud last week. Every time he touched the ball, a big play waiting to happen. I know that J.K. Dobbins down for the year. Guys always hurt in week 1. So we're going to see Justice Hill, Gus the Bus. I mean, they have Melvin Gordon and probably elevated from the practice squad. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'm really watching to see if Joe Burrow can bounce back from his injury. He has to have some sort of health here and have a big week against a tough team. Pick apart that weak Ravens secondary. So I'd like the Ravens here to win this one, though. I think Lamar gets in himself, and I'm expecting the Ravens to come out on top. No, I agree. It's just a tougher spot here. And I think Mark Andrews is playing today. That's a big upgrade for the Ravens. Second best, third best tight end in the league, depending on how you look at it. Shout out my boy Luke Jam in the chat going with the Ravens here. He's been pretty sharp on his picks as of late, big time listener. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be one of the 1:00 games that is going to be must see. And you'll be watching this in the witching hour with Scott Hansen.
Personally, I think this is going to be a total shootout. I was looking at the total for this one, but it stayed away. But I think I like the over.
I liked the over when we recorded Wednesday. I think I
Yeah.
said that, and I don't know if I'm actually going to take it or not. I just said the under. I've been all over on this game. I've literally been over, under, Bengals, fucking Ravens. I just can't touch this game.
AFC North divisional matchups, Huff. That's the way to go.
Like either team can win this game, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's why I'm just not touching anything.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar Jackson, he's going to have a go. And I expect Mark Andrews again. And if he's healthy, he's going to get in the end zone. Look at his line, probably pretty good. Zay Flowers, I think he's going to have a big day. He could be Rookie of the Year candidate. I don't know about you guys.
The one that I was looking at that I liked for a prop in that game was Mixon to get in. He had a pretty bad game last week. I think they'll try to simplify things down, slow the game down, run the ball, see what they can do, and establish a run game. I like Mixon to get in today.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. Mixon bounce back. He's always good on the goal line, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in. But the thing is that Ravens defense, what's their strength? It's that front seven led by Roquan Smith, top linebacker in the league. So I don't know. That's not what I'm leaning on, but I think I'm just gonna take the Ravens at the spread. You getting like plus 143, I believe.
These Venturas love their Baltimore Ravens, man.
Hey, they're pretty good. They didn't let us down last week. That was my survivor pick of the week last week. So hopefully you guys tailed it.
They love them.
As a Steeler fan, I do not.
Mackie, you were so high on the Cleveland Browns last week. I'm surprised you're not in the Ravens here.
Cashed out there. No, I mean, it's a situation that they're in. I mean, like I said, the AFC North teams, I think all the home teams really need to take care of business. And I think they do. The Bengals, in my opinion, are the best team in the AFC North. And, you're going to take care of business here, especially after the game that Joe Burrow had last week. 84 passing yards, I think. You got to bounce back here. Second best quarterback in the league.
I could see him having a good day and still losing, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility here, but you got to outplay Lamar Jackson here. I think if you do, you win the football game.
Which defense do you think is better? I think the Ravens defense much better than Cincinnati.
Definitely the Ravens defense, but it's not a drastic. It's
the secondary's weak. Secondary's weak.
Yeah, it's not drastic in any situation, but
a big thing to watch is if Marcus Williams is actually playing this game, one of the top safeties in the league.
Yeah, is he questionable?
Yeah, I know he was banged up last week. That Ravens team, they can't seem to stay healthy. Always on the trainer's table. J.K. Dobbins, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Williams.
Every year.
Every single year. I mean,
problems.
They do all this turnover at the receiver position. Maybe they need to look at their training position too.
Yeah. What?
Ace, your brother is cracking me up in this chat right now. You bet, Mackie, we're winning today. Revenge game. Everyone's going to see what would have happened in that playoff game last year.
Yeah, I mean, you can't bet on Burrow after last week. You're not wrong, Luke. I'm riding with the Ravens.
You can. You got to ride him. You got to ride the second best quarterback in the league. He has bad
Trevor
games.
Lawrence, second best quarterback in the league. Book it after this season.
Come on, guys played 4 good games. Now he's all second best quarterback in the league.
He's gone he has just as many Super Bowls as Joe Burrow. So I don't know. Maybe that was a fluke.
Not appearances.
Out in Cincinnati.
Not appearances.
Hey, they don't count how many times you get there. They just count how many times you win it.
Tell Jalen Hurts that and the Philadelphia Eagles fans.
I was going to say, they act like the fucking Eagles won the Super Bowl last year just because they got there.
Well, that's because Philly's content with just getting to the finals. Look at every sport.
Yeah,
the MLS, the MLB.
Phillies.
Yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on. So, tough city over there for the brotherly love.
Going to be another good matchup here in week 2 of the NFL. We've got some people going off in the chat. Lots of Ravens fans. I mean, just those dang Venturas in there. They're they just
get off this Ravens train.
They're passionate.
They're very passionate, and they're
fun to
dedicated.
watch.
No, they are absolutely. Lamar is just a stud sometimes, and he's good to watch. But let's keep it rolling here. Game 3, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going into Jacksonville. Very good matchup coming up here with Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence. We got the Chiefs are favorited here, 3.5 points. Their money line sitting at minus 184. Jags money line at plus 154, and the total at 51.5. A little higher than I was hoping for. But Mackie, I'm going to go for you to your opinion on this one. Like I said, Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, who gets it done here?
Yeah, here's your boy, Trevor Lawrence. Big spot here. Week 2, Jacksonville coming off a nice commanding win over the Colts, divisional game. So that was nice for them. Chiefs obviously need a big win here, starting 0-1. You don't see Kansas City start 0-2. So I like Jacksonville here. I like them plus the points at least. I think it's going to be a close game, going to be a shootout. Trevor Lawrence with a backdoor cover maybe, but I wouldn't throw the money on the money line. I don't want to bet on Patrick Mahomes to start 0-2, but that Kansas City team, I mean, they're not as good as I really thought they were. They were out without Travis Kelce, obviously, but I mean, he is a safety blanket, but how much really does he do? The defense didn't look too good. The offense, Ace looking over here, like how much does he really do? Yeah, you're right. He's
the best tight end in the NFL.
Major impact, but he is a tight end. I mean, he's not gonna do anything for the defense. He's only a safety blanket, in my opinion. And I think that Jacksonville team is more well-rounded to at least keep it close, plus 3.5. Ace, why? What is so crazy about this?
You're saying Travis Kelce just a security?
He's just a tight end. I mean, he's not going to go out there and sling the football
There's
around.
a reason they've been in the Super Bowl 3 out of the last 4 years.
Yeah, his name's Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, did you see what he did last week with the guys that can't catch the ball? You know what Travis Kelce can do? Put his hands around it and get going afterwards. Make people miss, get in the end zone week in and week out. I mean, there's a reason that he's consistently a 99 Madden. There's a reason that he's considered number 2 best tight end in NFL history.
He's not going to go out there and make that defense better.
Doesn't need to.
Yeah, he does, especially against
Chris Jones is playing this week.
Yeah,
he makes the defense better.
I almost had coming in the chat, letting us know that it is a Mahomes' birthday today. So happy birthday, Patrick.
Jackson or Patrick?
Patrick, I think. Well, great question.
Right,
Mahomes or Abik, can you expand on that?
Abik's a huge Jackson Mahomes fan. I've heard.
I think he is.
Yeah,
he was trying to tell us on the pod, but I had to cut it out.
TikTok Abik.
Sorry, Huff, I was cutting you off there. What were you going at?
No, I almost had to mute my mic. I was cracking up. Ace was like biting his tongue while trying to get it Mackie over that take about Kelce.
Travis Kelce, he's discounting.
I'm not downgrading Travis Kelce.
You can downgrade.
I'm not downgrading Travis Kelce.
Blanket.
He is exactly what he is. If there's nothing there, he's right over the middle of the field. It's just,
but he's a lot more than that.
He's a drive extender. It's what he is.
No, he's a bona fide stud. He's the best tight end in the league.
He's a tight end.
That's the best quarterback receiver duo.
He's not
wide receiver, but quarterback.
He's not touching the ball every play.
Have you not watched the Chiefs the last 2 years? Though?
Yes, he hasn't touched the ball every play.
They really wish he could.
Yeah, they wish he could. I see what you mean. It's saying he's a tight end, but yeah, I think I'm on the Jags here. No one else got to give their opinion on this game. We
I
got off on a tangent. I'm taking the Jags with the points. I like the Jags plus the 3.5. I think they're able to keep it close and lose the game maybe by a field goal or just win outright. But I'm going to take the points. I think Jacksonville. I think this is a game at the end of the season. We could see Chiefs and Jags in the playoffs playing each other, and everyone's going to be looking back. Oh, remember week 2? Trevor Lawrence went for 3 touchdowns and beat the Chiefs at home. Fucking 24-21, and the Jags are going to win this game. They're going to go into Arrowhead and get the job done. But I don't know. I like the Jags here today. I'm not saying for the long run, but I'm on this Jags team plus 3.5 today.
I like that you grabbed the plus 3.5 there. It's a good line they have. That hook might save you at the end. I could see this.
I wish it was 4 because I could see this go like 28-24. Yeah, I was gonna say 23, and I'm like, wait.
Well, then buy that half a point. It's not too much, and it's definitely great value, especially with the units you throw on it. But coming back, my favorite play this week is definitely going to be the one that Jesse shouted out on our pod. It's going to be the over here. I think it's a shootout between the 1 and number 2 quarterback after this season. I don't know if he gets there, but he has the potential to be. If he can win this game, it certainly skyrockets him up there and gives my long shot Trevor Lawrence prop some odds, more life. But I think the number 1 quarterback in the NFL beats an up-and-coming number 2 quarterback in the league here. I like it by 3. I'd buy the half a point the other way, -3 on the Chiefs. My favorite play is the over. I like Kelce being back. I like Chris Jones being back. I think it's going to be close. Calvin Ridley, that guy looked electric last week. And with Zay Jones and Christian Kirk, that weak secondary for the Chiefs is going to have their hands full. But I know Patrick Mahomes is going to have some vengeance after losing at home to a weak Lions team last week. I like the Chiefs to get the job done. I don't see them starting 0-2. Even if they do, I'm still not sounding the alarm. I'm going to keep them in my top 5 in the power rankings either way, regardless of how they look. So we've seen how it happened with Tom Brady before. But I like the Chiefs here -3. I think it's going to be a great one. Besides the Ravens-Bengals game, this is probably one of the games of the week, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is like that last week when Jesse said, "I just want to take the over on this Chargers Dolphins game and stop overthinking it." I think that's kind of the move here, but I'll have to see what I end up doing.
This would be a fun one for sure.
I could see Kelsey have the first two touchdowns for the Chiefs.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with a Kelsey touchdown prop, and you're going to get some good odds with him being questionable. I know he could be limited, but even if he's limited, we saw them in the red zone yesterday. They were scratching their head on how to get inside that get 6 points on the board. It's all schemed for 87. He's not just a security blanket. He's the focal point of this whole team besides Patrick Mahomes. When he takes the ball into center, he's looking at
Besides
87
this
every
guy,
time.
he's focused.
Well, no, but like when you're the quarterback, who are you looking at besides 87? Every single time the defense is keying on 87. I mean,
You got to get
player of the game.
Tony's confidence back up.
That's why
football.
Yeah, you got to give him the ball again. I think Darius bounces back. He's got too much skill not to, but I see 87 eating today.
That's why I don't know why the Chiefs didn't make any plays to go out and get a receiver in free agency. I'm not saying any big name, but like
they just paid Mahomes $500 million.
Yeah,
I know, but you know how they fucking figure this shit out with the cash.
Yeah, I
cap.
agree.
Give someone a huge signing bonus and give him $500,000 for the year or $1 million for the year.
Well, if he's like what everybody says, if he's Tom Brady, like people say, then he can get it done with those guys.
Like if I'm Mahomes, I'm sitting there like, D-Hop, I hope you're fucking happy in Tennessee because I could really use you right now in Kansas City.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's a lot of other names out there. I was surprised they didn't go get someone like Jarvis Landry, a sure-handed pass catcher that can move the chains, especially with Kelsey, who would have been
like
nice to have out.
A receiver that can actually catch the ball. That'd be crazy if they had one of those.
Last week, though, Mackie was touching on it in our chat during the game. Rashee Rice looked like the best receiver. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get the ball a bit more outside of Travis Kelsey.
He did look really good last week.
Also, absolutely. You got to think Kelsey draws that coverage. He opens up the field for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Ridley to score again. I think he's going to have a resurgence year and might slot into a top 7, top 5 receiver role in the NFL after the season. Him and Lawrence shooting up the ranking board.
I was going to say him and Lawrence. That's like a fucking stock. It's just going to keep going up the rest of the year. I don't see them taking a step back.
Travis Etienne had a good game last week too. Look for that to keep rolling.
I'm big
on this Jags offense.
Looking at especially with Zay Jones and Christian Kirk behind Ridley, but the one I've been hearing a lot about based on statistics is Evan Engram. The way that the Chiefs cover tight ends, I think he just sees a good shared targets today and has a productive day through the air. If you're looking for a daily fantasy play, Evan Engram might be the way to go.
I was very indifferent on this game with it going. It was at like 3 to 3.5, but I don't know. I think you got to rock with Patrick Mahomes on his birthday. I don't know, especially Beak saying that. It even gave me a little bit more confidence, but it's a tough one. But let's keep going here. The fourth matchup that we have here that last one wrapped up our 1 o'clock slate. Let's jump into the 4 o'clock slate. 49ers, Rams, Battle of California. Going to be a good matchup here in SoFi. 49ers are the favorite here. 7 points given to them. The money line at minus 335. Rams money line plus 270. The total 45.5. Personally, 7 points is a lot. Both these teams getting wins last week. Both covering their spread. What are you guys thinking on this one? Huff, why don't you get us going?
Yeah, I'll start us out here. I do actually like the Rams with the spread here. But I don't know. It's kind of tough. I don't know if I can take that number against this 49ers team. We know the stat, Kyle Shanahan versus Sean McVay. I don't think he's beaten him in the past so many years since they've both been head coaches with the Rams and the 49ers. I think McVay might have beat him on their playoff run on the way to the Super Bowl, but I don't know. I lean on the Rams. I'm big on this Rams team coming in this year. I think they're going to come in and cause a lot of people issues, whether it be against the spread or straight up. They could win some games like they did last week against Seattle, a divisional matchup. They get another divisional matchup week 2. It's tough to start your season with 2 divisional matchups, but I think they can keep things close. I'm not taking this bet, but I like the Rams with the points. But like I said, I'm not taking it just because Kyle Shanahan owns Sean McVay.
I'm right there with you, Huff. I think the same exact way. It's a divisional game with too many points. The Rams had too good of a game last week. Sean McVay had that offense rolling, 30-13 win over a division foe on the road. But it's hard to bet against that San Francisco team. So if I'm going to lean away, I do like the Rams, but probably not going to see it on my card.
This is crazy. Did you guys not learn last week? It was 3-1 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the hyped up team coming into the year, getting demolished by Super Bowl contenders, looking for revenge from that woeful NFC championship. This San Francisco 49ers team is perhaps the best team in the league. Mackie likes to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. How complete is that roster for the San Francisco 49ers? You have the best running back, one of the best coaches, one of the best O-lines, top 3 tight end, receiving core is off the charts. Defense #1 in the NFL, and Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, is going to make a career for himself off of that. We saw them.
The only thing you didn't say was an elite quarterback, and that's usually what wins a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you don't need to be that elite with that O-line. And what did he do last week?
I don't know, man.
He wasn't elite. Last week, he went up against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. That's a top-notch defense, regardless of the other side of the ball. That Steelers defense is top-notch, and he had his way. He was dropping dimes to Brandon Ayuk in tough coverage. He was rolling out of empty blitz sacks coming in and throwing dimes on the run off his back foot. He looked all the part, and Kyle Shanahan's coaching him up well. I love them -7 here. I think you guys are overreacting to a Rams win over a weak Seahawks team. I know I like the Seahawks this week, but the Niners are on a whole different level. I think they go in and have their way. McCaffrey's going to get in. This San Francisco team is one of the best in the league. I love them here.
Alrighty, boys. Battle of California there. 49ers and Rams in SoFi, 4 p.m. Eastern here. We got some people going off in the chat.
Yeah.
Guru's in the house. Patrick Mahomes' birthday, really important to note here from Sam. Ace thinks he's 2007 Tom Brady.
I think he's a little sad that the Steelers got wiped last week, and I called it to a T.
That's very possible. McCaffrey will be hurt in 2 weeks, and Purdy will fall out. Are you saying Purdy's 250 plus?
That's a tough call. I think they're going to beat them so bad that he doesn't need to drop back that much. I wouldn't be leaning on a Brock Purdy prop. That would never be my play. I'd go with the Christian McCaffrey one, if anything. But they spread the ball so much, and there's so many different guys that can have an impact. The defense could score on their own as well. So I think there's going to be way too much pressure for Matthew Stafford to handle, and then no real true receiving options, even though I do like Puka. And shout out Beak for calling it out on the pod pre-week 1. That guy turned into a pretty good stud with Cooper Kupp out. But I just think they can't keep pace. Kind of like the Steelers, similar to last week. 49ers are going to be eat out the gate, whatever the hell the saying is. I think they're going to be rolling right away.
All right, we got some good stuff there, Ace. We got a couple more some fantasy stuff in the chat.
Zay Flowers.
That's so long.
Zay Flowers for sure, Mackie. That boom potential, I know his floor is a bit lower. Jamal Williams, safe play for the Saints -3 going up against Carolina, but we're kind of high on that Panthers defense, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I'm not without J.C. Horn for the next couple of weeks.
I'm saying in the run game, though. In the run game.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Burns. I'd go with Zay Flowers, especially PPR there. I mean, he's going to get the touches. He has a chance to get in. And like we said, we think it's going to be a high-scoring game in the AFC North divisional matchup. I'm going to stay away on Kirk. Too many mouths to feed. I think Williams finds Pater after not getting in last week.
I just don't really understand this last question. It's so long. I don't really know what it's asking.
I can't read it. It's highlighted in green. What do we got there?
It's choosing the better team. I'm probably going to go.
Which team do you like better this week? Full PPR, A-Rich, Pollard, Jay Cook, Diggs, MT, Andrews, Hopkins, Giants D, or Dak, CMC, and Pierce, DK, Judy, Muth, McLaurin, Dallas D.
The first one with Anthony
Probably
Richardson.
The first one, yeah.
I think Anthony Richardson pops off against that Houston defense. See him getting in again. I think he has a big week, and if we get to that Colts game, I like the Colts money line this week.
All righty, let's go jump into our 5th matchup here. Patriots, Ace, your Patriots in the primetime this week at home in Foxborough against the Miami Dolphins, and Tua coming into Foxborough with as the favorite -2.5 points. Their money line -152. Patriots money line at +128, and the total at 45.5. Like I said, Ace, Tua and the 1-0 Dolphins coming into Foxborough. What do you see here, buddy?
I see a great game taking place here. It's going to be one score either way. I like my Patriots to get the job done. Shout out Hunter Henry, repping it. Huff cashed on that big parlay last week with Hunter Henry getting it done. I think the Patriots match up well. Tyreek Hill, his stats with Jonathan Jones on him, all-pro cornerback at one point in his career, he matches up well with the speed. Obviously, you can't contain Tyreek fully, but passer rating of like sub 60 for Patrick Mahomes and Tua when targeting Tyreek Hill with Jonathan Jones in coverage. Christian Gonzalez, good matchup for Jalen Waddle, and our pass rush can get after that weak O-line with Tua in the backfield. Mac Jones played the part last week, got his job done. I like them at home to get to 1-1. They usually split with the Dolphins. I'll take them here instead of in South Florida. I think this is going to be a great one. I think Hunter Henry has a day, finds the end zone again. Devontae Parker, welcome back. And Mac Jones revenge tour on tap. It's going to be a fun one to watch, though. I still have the Dolphins to win the division, the Patriots to get in backdooring it in the wild card spot. But, yeah, give me the Pats money line here.
Yeah, Mac Jones really played his part last week with that nice interception that he threw. But I like the Dolphins here. I think they're the way more superior team. Like you said, the Patriots do kind of match up pretty well, and it is hard to go into Foxborough on a Sunday night divisional game and beat them. So I think it's going to be closer than it probably should be. But at the end of the day, this Miami team just outnumbers this Patriots team pretty heavily, and I think that Tua and Tyreek Hill can get the job done. Through the air, they did it last week for 11 catches, 200 plus yards, I think, for Tyreek Hill. So, like you said, that secondary will lock him up a little better than that Chargers team did. But at the end of the day, if they need to get the job done, I think they can figure it out in this game and cover 2.5 points. There's just a chip shot field goal at the end of the game to cover. So I think they'll get it done.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. I'm not on any props in this Sunday night game. I'm just going to lean with the Pats money line, but I could see it starting slow. I'm not surprised if Huff's going to have the first half under on this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll keep it short. I like the first half to go under 23.5. I found that, I think it was on DraftKings. I got the 23.5, got the hook. MGM had the 23. So you got to shop smart with those first half lines. I said that last week. Get that extra half point. And I do lean on the Patriots to cover the spread. I know is it only 2.5 points?
Yeah.
I'd probably buy it to 3. You probably won't see it on my card. You will see that first half under though. But yeah, the Patriots. I do lean on the Patriots at home. Prime time, Gillette Stadium. I think they get the job done. It's tough because Miami's a really good team, a divisional matchup. I like Ace said, I think their defense does match up good. I mean, as good as you can with those speedy receivers. They're going to have coverage over the top with all the young corners and safeties over the top that can hang with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. But I'm really excited for the Sunday night game. They gave us a really good game week 2.
Honestly, I'm kind of nervous for Tua in this one. I think our pass rush is going to be after him. Uche, Keon White, Matt Judon, Dietrich Weiss. The list goes on. And hopefully he can stay upright because I do think he's going to have a big season and be a dark horse MVP. I just don't think he pops off this week in a tougher divisional matchup against someone like Bill Belichick, who's seen him plenty of times. Also, shout out Duck in the chat. Hit the Bucks. Let's go. Quack.
Appreciate the support, Duck. Sam saying it's Tua time. Sam's just all over you, Ace. What beef do you have with Sam?
I'm telling you, I think he's just mad because I'm the only one who called it to a T. The 49ers wiped those Pittsburgh Steelers. Sorry, team. Kenny Pickett, sophomore slump. You got to hope that's it. I don't know. Najee Harris, that was a waste of a pick, huh?
Oh, it's all good stuff. It's all good fun. Let's keep it rolling. The last thing we got here. Let's do our Mortal Locks best bets of the week. I got $100 that I'm going to throw on each of you. What is your guys' best bet? What's your Mortal Lock?
I mean, last week we went 3 of 4, right, Mackie?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a lock.
Huff,
what do you got?
Huff got backdoored on those Saints. That was a terrible beat. But excuse me. I'm gonna go with the Falcons -2 here at home to get the job done. I like that. I like that team against the Packers riding the high horse. Jordan Love, not too high on him, even though he had a good game last week. He played the Chicago Bears, the worst team in the league, in my opinion. So I like the Falcons to get the job done at home. I like Desmond Ridder. I like Bijan Robinson. That team's going to keep rolling to a 2-0 record.
Yeah, I like your pick, Mac. You know what's crazy, though? I'm on the Packers, but last week I did this to you with the Bengals, and then you came out and stomped them. So I'm not going to overthink it. You hit it last week. I like it here. I'm not touching that Packers-Falcons game, I don't think. I think it's going to be a lot tougher than we think. I think that might be a little bit harder than your Browns pick last week. But if you have a mortal lock, here's mine. Saquon Barkley -110 to get in the end zone. They got shut out last week. They're going to have their way against the Arizona Cardinals. The New York Giants are going to roll. Saquon's going to have a day. He might even get 2. Make sure you shop for your lines on this one. I've seen it at -140. I've seen it at -107. I've seen it -112. -110 is what I locked it in at. That's a good line right there. So make sure you find that. Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants are going to have their day and make everybody feel comfortable in New York again, that they were a playoff team last year and they're not as bad as 40-0 against a powerhouse Cowboys team.
Ace, you hate the Giants, and you just threw a mortal lock on that Giants team.
On
I don't hate
Saquon
it, but
Barkley. Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. I didn't think that
I
was
had
coming from
Barkley
you.
2 touchdowns a few times last year. I just am that the Arizona Cardinals team is so bad.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
The Commanders team is so bad too, and the Commanders kind of did what they wanted against them last week. I think the New York Giants are pissed after what you guys did to them in the prime time last week, Mackie. They have to get right in a 1 o'clock game or 4 o'clock game, whatever it is, against the Arizona Cardinals, weakest team in the league.
Is it Ace? Were you the first one to go? Did everyone else already give their mortal locks?
Mackie,
who was yours?
Falcons.
Falcons. All right. Can my mortal lock be Monday Night Football?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, dude.
My mortal lock's gonna be it's not gonna be the Saints. It's gonna be it's gonna be the Steelers and Browns first half under. I know you love to hear me say the first half under. That game will start slow. I saw 23, even 23 on that game. I love that to go under. Steelers Browns first half under 23. I'll be in attendance to bring this one home.
After a bad beat on his mortal lock last week, he rolls.
Huff, I was hoping you said
bread and
Steelers
butter.
money line because I'm on the Steelers money line this week. Preview into our Monday night card, but yeah, that's a tough one to get. I was telling somebody at the bar on Thursday Night Football, I was like, my buddy hits this first half under every time. I know people hate betting under, but his splits on it are fucking nuts. Especially when you see what's a number you look for. Anything over 24 is great. I know we had the other one last week on Thursday night, 24.5.
It gets sweaty when like a lot of Steeler games will be like 20.5 and like you're flirting that line the whole end of the second quarter. They'll have like 17 points. Obviously they get a touchdown, you're fucked, but a field goal, you're covered by the half point. So it's like you're just hoping for what usually kills the first half unders. A lot of the time, like they go the whole way down the field and a pick six. Yeah, just take it right back down to the fucking house and get 7 points immediately. But anytime it's especially a divisional matchup, if I can get under 23 points, that's almost an automatic play for me.
Yeah, Huff, I love those plays. I gotta start tailing more of them, but especially in the prime times, those are fun ones to see. It's just hard for me to bet an under. You got to be a true sharp if you're seeing.
Yeah,
it.
It's definitely not the most fun thing to bet on because you're just rooting for every fucking 3 and out. You're rooting for the most boring game ever.
You're almost better off like not even watching it. Just
shout out Abik Paddock in the chat though, going with Kelsey anytime. I think that's sitting at like minus 112 as well. Shop that line, but I think if he's on the field, he's fine in 6.
Is it really that low? Like, I know it's minus, but like, is he really minus fucking 112?
That's what I saw. I believe it was last night or this morning.
120 on FanDuel. I thought it was gonna be deeper than that. That's fucking crazy. I might have to take.
They're worried about his limited snaps. It's got to be the only reason the line's so low.
Yeah, dude, I like Ridley plus 155. Now that I'm looking at the lines,
you like everybody in that game because it's going to be an over game, like we said. I wonder if that's Jesse's play of the week.
My play of the week, my mortal lock. I'm sticking with a similar thought process as I was last week. I'm going with over 47.5 in Bills Raiders.
All right, Bills Raiders. I like
another over.
Another over. I rode that one last week. I loved it. I mean, I just saw stars when I looked at it, you know.
So you expect Josh Allen to bounce back and be the quarterback we all know him to be?
Yeah, I actually
You don't think that Madden curse is going to haunt him at all? I agree with you, Jesse, but he looked like shit last week.
It's just another one of those 1 o'clock games that I think is just going to be like.
I love that it's in 1 o'clock slate too. He's going to go off against that weak Raiders defense.
I was just going to say
top 5. So
that's exactly what Josh Allen needed. A home 1 o'clock game against I hate to say inferior opponent because they're coming off a win against a team that I like, but I'm not huge on this Raiders team. This is a get right game for the Bills.
I agree. I think the Raiders can still put some points in the end zone. That Bills defense isn't as good as it once was, especially with Josh Jacobs and McDaniels had it flowing. I don't know if Myers is playing, but Jimmy G, Myers, you know.
I like Renfro still. I like him a lot.
Yeah, but I think the Bills pop off this week. Gabe Davis is going to have a big game after 2 catches last week. Diggs will find the end zone again. Look for Kincaid and Knox to both be involved. People are high on James Cook, not me so much, but I love the Bills here this week to get right and get to 1-1 at home. -8's a lot though.
All right, we got a Beak saying Kelsey anytime mortal lock. I think you said that, Ace. I got one.
A Beak. Yeah, if you want to put something else in the chat, did you take that -155 this morning, or did you take that before today? Because I just saw the -125. I think it was on FanDuel. Obviously, that's why we always say shop the books. But I know you just said you got it at the -155. So if you want to throw something in the chat, I'm just curious when you took that.
Helen's mortal lock is the Chiefs here from Duck.
Helen, the Chiefs, I like it. They're getting the 1-1, the kingdom. You got to trust in the kingdom, even though they're going on the road. It's not going to be fun though. I think you might be sweating just as much as Mackie with his mortal lock.
Duck, Helen, how you guys feeling after last night?
I'm just hoping Chris got his car keys back.
Yeah, I have them.
Start Deshaun. If you're between Deshaun and Mac Jones, always choose Deshaun.
Why? Because Jalen Ramsey's sitting. Did we not see that Dolphins defense last week? They give up 35 points. I mean, he's third in the league in passing after playing the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh my God, Ace. Oh my God. Just wait.
Ace, with fantasy, I'd always take the running quarterback. There's a chance Deshaun runs one in.
He doesn't run that much.
Both you guys with your hometown quarterbacks. I mean, let him prove something before you actually start backing them up.
I'm not saying he's like great, but did you not see last week against the Eagles defense?
Yeah, because he started down 16-0 and he had to throw the ball 55 times.
They don't ask how. It's fantasy. Back to garbage time. Blake Bortles. That's why he's the BOAT.
But that's not that's not Patriots football. They don't throw the ball 55 times. He's definitely not going to be doing that this time.
I know, but did you not watch how open that Dolphins defense was? Are you saying that it was Justin Herbert that was really good last week?
Justin Herbert puts up the numbers, dude. I'll tell you that week in, week out. He just can't win the football game.
Justin Herbert, get right game this week. Book it. -3 Chargers. That's one of my locks of the week as well.
He was just trying to get Mackie to say something good about Herbert.
I'll tell you, he puts up the numbers. He does that really well. He just can't find a way to win the football game when it comes down to it.
Jesse and I were both on Chargers -3. I think that was going to be one of our mortal locks, but I think both of us probably shied away when Eckler's out.
Because the Titans are going to win this football game.
They love to hang around. They love to hang around. I don't know why. They have no right to. Ryan Tannehill washed. Mike Vrabel dog. But like, I don't know. I think that this is one of those games where Justin Herbert pops and has like the day. Mike Williams gets in. Josh Kelly gets in, Gerald Everett gets in. They're going to put up like 4 or 5 touchdowns.
If the Titans can hang around like they always do, and it's a close game at the end, Titans definitely win this football game. But I could definitely see the Chargers running away with this one, making it a 14-point game, and just Ryan Tannehill is not able to come back from that.
Tennessee's gotta be able to stall out that Chargers offense, right? Like they got to hold them to 3 at certain points because they can't. I don't see the Titans,
which is tough, man. Because when Herbert is rolling, that team is pretty hard to stop. That offense,
especially with him running too.
But like you said, Austin Eckler's out. That's huge. We got Kelly back there in the backfield now, so let's see what they can do with him.
I wouldn't be surprised if you look at pass attempts, pass completions prop for Justin Herbert this week. He's gonna be chucking the rock all day long.
Yeah, look at those interceptions. Interception props.
Who's gonna pick him off though? On that side of the ball for the Titans. Ugh.
Byard.
Kevin Byard, guys, like 1,010.
All right, we got a couple people sending their mortal locks in the chat. We got Newer saying Ravens money line.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming.
Ryan saying Gibbs.
I like the Ravens money line, but I am not calling that a mortal lock. I don't even think he'll be on my card. Jahmyr Gibbs, the guy doesn't even get on the field.
Give him a snap or two.
Yeah, I know. Probably great odds on that, though. I mean, hey, if you're feeling it, you're feeling it. But
they want
to be an over game.
They want David Montgomery down. In
Lions Seahawks last year, I think that game popped off to like 30 plus a piece. So you might be able to find pay dirt with Gibbs. But Demont's the goal line guy.
Look, dude, I just looked at these fucking first half spreads for these the Monday night games. Literally, they're both set for the first half total at 19.5.
It's the Steelers.
19.
I'm taking it.
That's 5 points from your usual under.
It has to hit. I'm taking it. What's
we'll talk about
10-7. 10-7.
10-7.
10-9. I can have
10-9. Yep, 10-9.
Missed extra points go a long way.
No, it's gonna be a safety.
11-10.
All right, boys. That's all the games we got for today. A whole game of football ahead. 13 games today on this Sunday. Let's get after it. Bet smart out there. And be sure to check out our weekly podcast episode released on Thursdays. And for our live stream next Sunday morning, same time, same place. Be sure to.
Hey, Ryan Seavitt, the Jets stink. Zach Wilson, buddy, you taking any props on him? No shot. You kidding me? That team's so shot. Aaron Rodgers, that guy's downfall came so quick. I called it from a mile away.
Oh boy! Make sure to like, subscribe, follow the stream. Use the chat. We really like seeing it. We like interacting with you guys. That's all I got. Our picks will be available here shortly for today, as well as we will be releasing a video for tomorrow talking about the 2 Monday Night Football games. So very excited about that one. You boys got anything else to add before we get on out of here?
No, 1 o'clock slate will be posted at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time.
Awesome.
Sir.
Get an hour and a half time to get your picks locked in. So we're about 45 minutes away from getting the cards released on all the social media. So stay tuned for that.
Here we go.
And if you aren't tuning in, you're missing out. Thursday Night Football, 4 for 4. We see green. Hit the books. Slap it in there. Make some money. You ride. We don't lie.
We win.
You buy, we fly. Alrighty, boys. That's all I got. Anything else?
It's just kind of just a little tidbit. I got ESPN on in the background right here, and I'm watching the Daily Wager, and the host is this girl, and she's wearing a Calvin Ridley shirt. You think there's any underlying meaning to that one? Just a gambling show.
I think she's the new one running his book for him.
she's the one that was running the account for him.
Calvin Ridley, shout out to you tuned in right now. I know you can't throw on it yourself. You got someone placing them for you, but you can go bet yourself. You're
get plus 155. Calvin Ridley, that's free money. He
Zach
took a
Wilson
mortgage on that.
Yeah, Patriots baby, getting back to 1-1, tied for the division. Everybody's gonna be 1-1 after this week. Except for the Jets, they'll be 0-2.
I'm hyped Steelers are tomorrow night. I like just sitting down watching football as a fan for a day, but then tomorrow night it's all Steelers, baby.
What do we got? 2.5 hours, just under 2.5 hours to kick off here. Let's ride.
Awesome. Jake coming in looking great, boys. Ryan saying, here we go. Lots of mortal locks thrown around. It's week 2, baby. Let's do it.
Let's
13
go.
games today. All right. See you guys next week.